Still on Excel shortcuts, if you want to highlight a row, click the cell that appears in the row you want to highlight and press Shift space on your keyboard, the Shift button and the space bar key together. That will highlight for you the entire row where that cell falls. And if you want to highlight a column where that cell you have clicked falls, you press Ctrl space bar key. That will highlight the column for you. Where this shortcut really comes in handy is when you want to insert a row or a column easily. For example, click anywhere, say this cell, and you want to press Shift space bar together to highlight that row. Now to insert a row, press Ctrl Shift plus together to add a row above it. So you can press as many of that keyboard shortcut as possible to insert more rows. So it is Ctrl Shift plus. And if you want to remove rows, you need only the Ctrl button. Press it down and press the minus key to remove row. The more you press Ctrl minus, the more the rows are removed. Now for columns, to insert columns easily, first of all you need to highlight the column by pressing Ctrl space bar. Ctrl space bar will highlight the column. Then to insert a column before this highlighted column, we are going to press Ctrl Shift plus like before. The Ctrl and Shift button, press them down and press the plus button on your keyboard. So the more you press the plus button while still pressing down the Shift and the Ctrl button, the more columns will be created for you. And to remove the columns, press Ctrl minus on your keyboard. Ctrl minus to remove the columns. Ctrl minus, Ctrl minus, Ctrl minus. To delete manually, for example, these two rows you don't need, just highlight from the number 13 to number 14 like this and right click and delete. One more thing you can use the Ctrl space and the Shift space keyboard shortcut to do is to move rows and columns, is to drag rows and columns to where you want them. You know, I said to highlight a row, you press Shift space. So let's say you want to highlight this row, this one where you have Alexander, this entire row. So click any cell in that row and press Shift space bar key. That will highlight that row. And then what if I want to drag this row to a different position? Maybe I don't want it to appear here, I want to take it up. So what you do is to press down the Shift key. Just press it down once and then you can drag. You will see this cursor icon in the form of an anchor at the edge of the row, and you can then drag to a position you want that row to be. But the issue now here is that it will ask you if you want to replace the row with the existing row there. So if that's what you want, you click on OK. But if not, what you can do is to insert a row before you drag. So I'll insert a row now and click on this and press Shift space bar to highlight that row. Then press the Shift key once and then you can then drag this row to that empty row. You can then delete this row. So it works for shifting columns also. To highlight a column, let's say I want to highlight this column, this items column. Click anywhere in that column and I'll press Ctrl space bar to highlight it. Press the Shift key once and you can then go to the edge of the column and drag to where you want it. If I take it down to this manager position, it will ask me if I want to replace it. If your intention is not to replace that column, you can insert a new column there. Right click on C and press insert to insert that column. Then you can then do the same process again. Press Ctrl space bar, press the Shift key and then drag to that new column.